I never liked the BZ-75 because of its unreliable armor and derpy gun. The only fun part about it are the boosters that we can use to kick some noobs off the cliffs. What? Fortunately for me, Wargaming came to the rescue and introduced the BZ-79 with a better gun, reliable armor and improved boosters with unlimited charges that allows us to chase even medium tanks throughout the entire game. Today I would like to take you on an adventure where we will find out together what this tank is capable of, and along the way I will share with you my tips, tricks and tactics. Our journey begins on Ghost Town. On this map we want to brawl enemy heavies in the city where we are safe from artillery and sniping tank destroyers. But that only works as long as we keep control over the flanks. That's why I like to start my games here, mainly to support our light tank at the beginning of the game. The enemy EBR decided to YOLO and paid for it, leaving his team without eyes for the rest of the game. Our EBR took advantage of this situation immediately and pushed through the line of the bushes, where he found the enemies as TRVs. With the flank secured, we can now focus on heavies in the city. So far everything was going according to the plan, but this is where tables started to turn, because our gun refused to cooperate, giving me flashbacks of my struggles with the BZ-75. And I began to worry that this tank might disappoint me as well. Tired of sniping cupolas, I knew that I have to get closer. But since enemy won the western flank and have more tanks in the city, I don't want to push in just yet. Instead, we will stay on the balcony that allows us to get some nice side shots and stay safe at the same time. And this is where I realized that having full control over the boosters is a big advantage of BZ-79. Using the boost, we can quickly jump to the next gap between the buildings, which gives us great flexibility for a heavy tank. Unfortunately, the IS-7 expected our move and put a nice shot into us. But since he's falling back now, I finally see an opening for us to push in. But the opening turned out to be a trap set by the E100, and now we are down to half HP. To make it worse, if the mouse moves just a little bit forward, he can easily get a nasty angle on us. Suddenly, we find ourselves in the middle of a brawl between the E100 mouse and the IS-7 that is now creeping up from behind. Luckily, the E100 decides to spare us. Using our booster, we jump on the opportunity to escape this deadly crossfire towards a single IS-7 that is trying to flank us. This is the type of fight the BZ-79 thrives in. With another quick boost, we close the distance to the Taschenratte. This way, we put him under pressure, and as he decides to turn towards us, he exposes his soft armor to our team that happily takes him out. With this kill, we didn't only manage to escape a difficult situation, but we also won the city, piling up 7,700 damage already. All there is left to do now is to wipe the floor with the remaining enemies and see how much damage we can get out of this round. And just in time, our guns started to hit even long-range shots. With this hit, we are now only one shot away from 10,000 damage. I was blown away by how quickly BZ-79 picks up damage. Despite my worries, this tank appears to be much more fun than its predecessor. I couldn't wait to give it another try, and landing on Stozi, I knew that we would find the perfect playground for BZ in the factory. Using our boosters, we managed to rush into an aggressive cooldown position without even getting spotted, which allows us to surprise an unsuspecting BZ-75. Even though we are on reload, it's important that we keep spotting and don't hide behind the cover. This way we always know who are we dealing with and we keep the first shot advantage. As we are ready to shoot at anyone who is speaking, look how much time the BZ-75 needs to position himself, while we can patiently aim for his weak spot. This time he keeps speaking too, but maybe he underestimated our reload and we managed to secure another shot, bringing him down to just 3 HP. But since he didn't fire yet, and our teammates are spotting for now, I decided to go into safety and load an HE shell to take him out easier. With the BZ out of the way and no one else speaking, it's time for our next move. I want to get an angle on iyouxin and T803. For that we would have to cross. Ideally, we do that without taking damage. Lacking experience with the BZ, my first attempt to pick against the enemy heavies was a fail. I tried to pick with my front to perhaps bait their shot, but I didn't get the angle right and the iyouxin punished me for this mistake. Next, I want to try side scraping, which seems to work better, but it comes with the obvious problem that we expose our huge cupola. However, I noticed if we turn our turret slightly to the left, we can hide that weak spot while still being able to pick. It seems like if we manage this trick, we will be able to side scrape quite effectively. Now, having successfully blocked shot from the T803, we have a first shot advantage. And with the help of newly added feature, Armor Flashlight, I noticed a very small opportunity.
I'm not gonna go for that. I mean...
Shortly after, our T803 decided that he had enough and he pushed in super aggressively. His distraction allowed us to put a free shot into the UD-033. However, enemy didn't have mercy with the T803 and he died in the crossfire. With the T803 down and the rapidly growing HP difference, our position has become vulnerable. I knew that we had to retreat into a more defensive position, and with a quick boost, we managed to get away without taking any damage. But just as we arrived, the enemy T803 gets spotted near us, and their BZ-79 is crossing as well. To make sure that no one else makes it through undetected, I want to show some presence by deploying our side scraping technique. This turned out to be a mistake. We got too close to BZ-79 and we got a taste of our own medicine. We are now down to 900 HP, meaning we can only afford one more trade. To increase our chances of winning, I want to get unspotted and then peek from a different angle. With all of our teammates around down to one shot, it's our job to defuse the BZ, as we still have enough HP to take one of his shots. But instead, he takes out something else.
Okay. Okay, what is this, bro? You cannot do that, bro! Hello! I need to fight! Taking my gun out!
Now we are left with 2 TDs in the south and unspotted FV that is likely hiding to our left. But if we want to get any more damage, we need to be fast.
Okay, guys, risk it for the biscuit. I did get spotted at the end.
FV didn't expect such a bold push through the open, but we know that he's somewhere around. With over 7,000 damage secured, we are flying towards the stairway, hoping that he lives long enough for us to get there.
BAM! 8.5k.
The BZ-79 turns out to be far more reliable than its smaller brother, and it comes with a flexibility that very few heavy tanks offer. And I find it very enjoyable, because it allows me to make tactical decisions in the middle of the game, instead of locking me to one flank right from the start. And this game on Cliff is a perfect example for this. From the other side, fast tanks like this budget have a better chance to take the donut. Then they can farm our slow heavies. And once enemy take this position, it becomes almost impossible to cross here. That's why at the very start we want to rush here and force these enemies back. This creates an opportunity for us to cross here and kill the budget. After that we can take this low ground. That will allow us to decimate their tanks in the center and progress the game further. We approach the middle with an HE shell loaded, hoping that we are fast enough to catch the E-bear going uphill. Unfortunately, he slips through, but using intuition we quickly switch to AP to shoot the imbattable instead. After spooking the French autoloader away, our focus is now on the 113, and if we want to do the cross, he needs to go. Peeking here, we risk getting shot by the enemy tank destroyers from the base, but luckily the Guerrilla 15 only hits our tracks.
Lucky, lucky, lucky.
We don't want to challenge our luck twice, so now let's pick from the bottom and hopefully kill the 113. Now the path to the budget is wide open, and if we manage to kill him, we unlock access to the most precious hunting grounds on Cliff. Budget doesn't realize how dire his situation is right now, and he dares to stay and unload his full clip, wasting precious time. Now it's too late for him to escape, because he is already within the reach of our mighty booster. And now, let the farm begin.
Oh. Never mind. Never mind, guys.
I can hear some of you say, iyouxin, I thought the farming would happen the other way around. Yeah, we did pick a little bit early here, but in all honesty, this is a great spot to kill the enemy's center. And once that's done, I like to move to the ridge, from which we can shoot and sometimes even spot enemy tank destroyers. With our strategy completed successfully, we now have 3 shots on the enemies that decided to stay down in the valley. At this point, the game is basically over. The enemies are cornered and out of options, while we can peek and shoot however we like. Unless we or our team makes massive mistakes, we cannot lose this. But this is the part of the game where we can pick up a lot of extra damage, and I want to make sure that we get the maximum out of it. Being this close to the enemies, I want to put my full focus to hit every single shot.
Okay, never mind. That's iyouxin. That's iyouxin right there, boys.
Sadly, I fumble a little bit here and miss a free shot because of it. But nevertheless, this was another great round where we ended up with over 8,000 damage.
No way. Nah, this is... Guys, this tank is perfect. This tank is just perfection.
I hope you enjoyed BZ79, and if you want to see another fun tier 11 heavy tank, check out this video with KR1.